came early this year, so I guess it makes sense that SummerSlam's early too. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlog who always tells it like it is. With a half point for the draw between Baron Corbin and Gable Stevenson, not Stevenson, sorry, I went 2.5 for 7 for the Great American Bash. Guess it proves what a good PLE it was if it's that unpredictable. Anyway, the last time the WWE was in Ford Field was 16.5 years ago for WrestleMania 23, the pseudo 20th anniversary of the first time they were in the home of the Detroit Lions. Back then being the Silverdome, where a then record crowd saw Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant first battle against each other. But this time, it's to continue having major PLEs besides Survivor Series and football stadiums. The PLE, once known as the hottest night of the year, doesn't really live up to that moniker anymore. Not this year anyway, one of the warmest in American history. The heat was back on in early June before the solstice and might last until sometime in October. So if summer itself is early, I guess that's as good a reason why SummerSlam is on the first weekend of August instead of the last as it usually is. Or maybe the Lions booked a preseason game that weekend and didn't want to clash. But in any case, pardon, the lineup doesn't seem too bad, when first viewed anyway. For the first time, both major men's titles are on the line, though the outcomes seem easy to come to. A secondary and a women's title are also up for grabs, plus the Paul brothers go for a twofer tonight, an MMA style match in a WWE ring, an inter-brand battle royal, and if there is a benevolent god up there, the final chapter of the American Nightmare and the Beast Incarnate. In these very lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer, the WWE seems to have the lazy part on lockdown. But hey, I've been wrong before about these events, so let's see what happens. Here are my predictions for SummerSlam 2023. Let's start with the SummerSlam Battle Royal. Only 12 of the 25 participants have been announced, but I doubt the other 13 will be of any significance. Alpha Academy, Tag Team, no dice. Grayson Waller, he'll get his day to shine, just not today. AJ Styles and Sheamus, push to pushers. There's one very popular person in the match, and I get the feeling the WWE writers will wish they were on strike if he doesn't win, because the Detroit crowd will run them out on a rail if he doesn't. So my primary pick for the winner is L.A. Knight, yeah! Secondary, simply because I want to see him pushed a little more, will be Karrion Kross. MMA rules match, Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. I guess the merger of WWE and UFC is happening before the sale is even official. But what the hell are MMA rules in the WWE ring? Are there rounds? Is the winner decided by a submission, knockout, or TKO only? Will a fake pit be involved for the cage part? Well, in any case, both the Rowdy One and the Queen of Spades have been so far removed from the octagon that they must be rusty by now. I doubt that if there are rounds, they'll even break up when the round-ending bell is heard. All I know is Baszler has been a much better talker than Rousey, and that should be rewarded. Winner is Shayna Baszler. Ricochet versus Logan Paul. While Jake is fighting in a real UFC match, Brother Logan is in a WWE match with someone who has been underutilized for a long time. Oh yeah, he got back in the swing with Braun Strowman as a tag partner, but now that he's gone for a while, Ricochet is back in mediocrity. Maybe Paul was right in thinking he made Ricochet relevant again. Between the collision at the Royal Rumble and the tussle at Money in the Bank, it seems Paul is pushing Ricochet instead of the other way around. While I have no idea how Jake will do when the hits are real, I don't think Ricochet has a chance against his brother. Winner is Logan Paul. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar 3. And no, doesn't seem to be a stipulation as we had hoped. It's essentially just a tiebreaker between Lesnar and Rhodes before Lesnar departs until at least Survivor Series. Now, the last time Rhodes was at SummerSlam, he lost a tag match to Neville and Steve Amell, the star of Arrow. That must have been the last straw before Rhodes left to later form AEW with Jericho. Now that he's back, he just can't seem to get that Canadian living monkey off his back and his arm out of his Chimera lock. Well, this battle of attrition has got to end, and if it doesn't end with Rhodes finally putting the beast down for good, Rhodes might want to consider rejoining Jericho because he's going nowhere in the WWE. Winner is Cody Rhodes. Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. Was it really 3.5 years ago when we were celebrating McIntyre winning the WWE Championship in an empty arena? Now he's back stuck in mid-card mode. He's the last active survivor of the three-man band, and now he's being treated almost like he never left it? Now don't get it twisted, this will be the toughest fight of the Austrian ring general's career so far. If anyone can match Gunther in brutality and tactical prowess, it's the Scottish Warrior. But unless someone is there to counter Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci from even looking like they're going to interfere, Gunther's climb to the honky-tonk man's record will continue. Winner and still champion, Gunther. Triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. Asuka versus Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair. ABC, cute. It's hard to tell who's the heel or heels in this match. Asuka's been using that mist very much like a villainess would. Belair is getting frustrated for not having the title for a good while, and Flair, well, she's a Flair, so if she ain't cheating, she ain't trying. And with no DQ rules in effect, I suspect it won't take long for this match to get very ugly. Asuka, however, has been in the shadows as of late, letting Flair and Belair get bitchy with each other while she laughs from the locker room, which begs the question. Is this lack of appearances because she's about to lose the title? Or to keep her rested to defend it better? I'm thinking the latter. Lord knows if Io Sky will make it a fatal four-way near the end, but as I see it now, the winner and still champ is Asuka. World Heavyweight Championship rematch. Seth frickin' Rollins versus Finn Balor. Again, one has to wonder if the Demon King will rise again. Not that it's the only way for Balor to win the title. I mean, he has 3 folks, each with their own blunt instrument suited for bashing upside the head. That can help him out there. That is, until the ref tosses him out. After that, it's not like they can go after someone Rollins cares about to distract him because, well, Becky Lynch isn't even on the card tonight. No doubt that the Judgment Day will try every dirty trick in the book and then some, but Rollins is no slouch at those kind of tactics either. Maybe as the ref is tossing the Judgment Day out, Rollins will put Balor through a table or the like. Again, Lord knows if Damian Priest will cash in afterwards, but for this match, the winner and still champion is Seth Rollins. Finally, Tribal Combat for the WWE Universal Championship and the title of Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns defends against Jey Uso. And no, I refuse to call it undisputed because since the World Heavyweight Championship was introduced, the title is disputed. So there. Anyway, I have no idea what Tribal Combat means. I would guess it's at the very least no DQ. Whether falls count in the ring or out, or if pins even matter, it just sounds brutal. And that's exactly what the Big Simone family that Reigns and Uso descend from are known for. Brutality. Sheer brutality. Now, Reigns has picked up a lot in the 10-plus years on the main rosters in the way of strategy and chicanery. Probably not as much as the Usos have when they started a few years before Roman Reigns showed up, but it's definitely a lot. And unless Jimmy miraculously appears, doubtful as it seems to be a legit injury, to counter Baby Bro Solo Sikoa, Jey is way outnumbered. Reigns commands respect and demands respect, and one way for another, he gets it. Winner and still champ and chief, Roman Reigns. Detroit, acknowledge him. Those are my picks. We'll see just how cool this hot PLE is. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blog who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace. And I'll see you